Hello, precious soul, asterisk, asterisk. Do you know that moment when everything tightens, the chest feels heavy, your thoughts race, and you feel swallowed from the inside? In that exact moment, there is a key most people ignore: the breath. Breathing is not just a bodily function, it is a bridge between the external world and your inner sanctuary. When you learn to breathe with awareness, you are not merely inhaling air, you are returning home. You're telling your mind, it's okay, I'm here, with you. Anxiety often stills your breath, as if the mind hijacks the body and pushes you into a dark, confined space. Yet exactly there, when you feel lost, the breath can guide you back. In those intense moments when the mind spins through endless, what if it goes wrong? What if I can't? The breath can interrupt that destructive loop. Noticing each inhale and exhale, like waves returning to the sea, seems deceptively simple, and it is simple. But hidden within that simplicity lies immense power. This is your present moment reclaiming its authority. It is not about the past, not about the future. It is about now. Only here, in the raw immediacy of experience, can suffering begin to soften. Let me share a practice that lightens countless hearts: box breathing, also known as four-square breathing. It begins with an inhale lasting 4 seconds, then a gentle hold for 4 seconds, followed by an exhale for 4 seconds and a final hold for 4 seconds. You repeat that cycle for 2 minutes. That is all it takes. In those 2 minutes, the nervous system begins to settle. The body remembers it is alive, present, safe. You may feel a quiet wave of calm wash through your being, a silent balm for your soul. What makes this practice so accessible is that it requires no special environment, no meditation cushion, no scheduled ritual. You can do it at a red light, in line at the grocery store, before a meeting, or while waking in the night. The breath is always there, ready to remind you of what truly matters. That is mindfulness at its purest, presence without props, living fully through intentional breath. Over time, you will recognize that anxiety is not an undefeated demon. It is a passing cloud that fades away when met with steady calm. As you breathe consciously, you begin to witness anxiety not as a permanent fixture, but as a transient visitor. The more awake you become to your experience, the less power anxiety holds over you. You learn to observe it forming, growing, and then quietly dissolving, just like cloud vapor drifting across the sky. You realize you are not your anxious thoughts, but the awareness that observes them. In this growing awareness, you begin to find a pause between stimulus and reaction, and in that pause, freedom quietly blooms. Yet breath alone is only one foundation. There's another powerful principle that deepens your transformation: non-resistance. Non-resistance means choosing to stop fighting the aspects of experience you cannot control. Anxiety, fear, discomfort, they lose their grip when you stop feeding them resistance. Resistance is like fuel, and when you cease fueling the fire, it inevitably dims. Non-resistance is not surrender. It is wisdom. It is the decision to greet yourself with kindness instead of battling your own humanity. Imagine this: anxiety surges. Instead of resisting, you pause. You close your eyes and silently state, I see you. I allow you to be here. In that moment of acceptance, something remarkable happens. Fear diminishes, your chest softens, your mind stills just enough for peace to slip in. This is emotional balance in its purest form. You are no longer waging war with yourself. You become your own gentle companion, rooting yourself in compassion rather than conflict. Trust begins to grow as you witness this process unfold again and again. You learn that emotions come in waves. They rise, they crest, they recede. They do not define you, nor do they control you. When you stop resisting, they stop amplifying. You extinguish inner turbulence by removing its fuel, and calm gently takes hold. In that stillness, you begin to sense a silent strength rooted not in domination, but in acceptance and presence. There is yet another layer, the practice of cultivating inner spaciousness. Visualize your mind as the vast sky and your thoughts as clouds drifting across it. The sky, your true nature, remains calm, stable, unchanged. You can close your eyes and imagine a silent field of expansiveness. Lie there in your mind's eye, watching thoughts dissolve like salt in water. You come to realize you are not your thoughts. You are the vast space in which they arise. That realization awakens profound peace. You don't need closed eyes to practice this. Simply gaze at the horizon, a distant tree, or the open sky. Let your vision soften and expand. Without force, your body begins to register safety. This practice, even for a few breaths, can shift your nervous system from contraction to openness. You can do it anywhere in traffic, at your desk, in the midst of day-to-day living, and in moments you invite resilience and presence into your experience. For days when longer meditation feels impossible, there are micro practices to anchor you. The first is the conscious pause. Stop for 3 seconds, breathe deeply, and say quietly, "I am here now." Next is heart-centered grounding. Place your hand over your chest, inhale, and whisper to yourself, "It's okay to feel this." Then the expanded gaze. Soften your eyes, widen your view. Finally, choose a single word mantra. Peace, release, let go, inhale thinking, exhale releasing it. In less than a minute, you can crack anxiety's momentum and invite stillness into your life. There is also an instant gratitude anchor. When anxiety rises, consciously shift your attention. Silently say, "Thank you for being alive, breathing, aware." A few seconds of sincere gratitude can recalibrate your internal vibration and open a door to calm right where you are. It is a subtle yet powerful immune boost against the storm of overwhelm, a moment of grace tethered to your present. Now, all these elements, conscious breathing, non-resistance, spacious visualization, micro practices, and gratitude come together to form not a technique, but a profound invitation. An invitation to return to yourself, to presence, to home. Transformation is not about fixing external circumstances. It is about rediscovering the quiet power within the pause between breaths. So choose one of these practices today. Try it. Even for a single breath, notice how you feel. Then come back and share the ripples within your heart. If this resonates, pass it on to someone else who may benefit. Consider subscribing, turning on notifications, or connecting with a community of mindful living. In the end, the greatest gift you can offer the world is your own presence and your own breath. Asterisk. Every time you pause and breathe with awareness, you are training your mind in a new language, the language of presence. This presence does not demand that you feel good all the time. It simply asks that you be honest with what is here now It invites you to step out of performance and into truth. Even if the truth is discomfort, sadness, or fear, there is space for it. The moment you allow your inner experience to be witnessed without judgment, healing quietly begins. You start realizing that peace is not the absence of pain, but the willingness to stay with yourself in the middle of it. There will be days when anxiety returns with full force. Days when you forget every practice. When your breath shortens and your heart races. That is not failure. That is the path. The practice is not about perfection. It is about return. Returning again and again to this moment, this breath, this heartbeat, forgetting yourself for the forgetting, choosing once more to begin. And in that choice, something powerful grows. Trust in yourself. Trust that even in the chaos, there is a part of you that knows the way home. Self-kindness is the foundation beneath all of this. Without it, practices become performances. With it, even a single breath becomes sacred. Speak gently to yourself as you would to someone you love. Let your internal tone be one of tenderness. It is not weak to be soft with your heart, it is courageous. In a world that often demands that you harden, your softness is a quiet act of rebellion. A declaration that your well-being matters, that your inner world deserves care. That presence is more powerful than pressure. The journey inward is not linear. You will cycle through clarity and confusion, presence and distraction. Each loop is an invitation to deepen, not a sign of regression. When you view your process with compassion, everything changes. Even the hard moments become opportunities. You begin to sense that within every contraction lies the seed of expansion. That each time you meet your experience with breath, you are unlearning fear and reawakening trust. This is not self-help. This is self-honor. So let this moment be a turning point. Not because everything suddenly makes sense, but because you're choosing to stay, to breathe, to feel, to not abandon yourself. Let this be the breath where something shifts inside you, not through force, but through presence. The world may not change in an instant, but your relationship with yourself can. And that, more than anything, is what will change everything else. One breath at a time. If this message touched something within you, take a moment to support this space of calm and reflection. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content that nurtures your inner journey. Leave a comment and let me know if this helped you in any way. I read every word with care. And if this video brought even a moment of peace to your day, please like it so it can reach more people who may need a breath of calm right now. Your presence here matters. Thank you for walking this path with me.